Hi, welcome to the 15 Minutes podcast with Accasia Hanson from Top Towns Promotions Australia, featuring the best of independent music worldwide. Be sure to subscribe and stay blessed. Hi, welcome to the 15-minute podcast with Accasia Hanson. Today we have DaFire. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Would you like to start off by telling us a bit about yourself and a bit of background?
Yes. So my name is Daniel Tutuli. Rap name is DaFire. And I am a musician guitarist that dwells in the genre of more blues, rock, pop. I also dwell in the genre of rap as well, more modern trap, hip hop. And I always, as a musician, like to be very experimental. So I'm always trying to mix genres together to see how they sound, to see what you can come up with, and just really open as well, like collaborating with other musicians, learn from them, gain their style and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, that's me
That's fantastic.
in
That
a
was a
nutshell.
brilliant spill. Um, can you tell us what made you even start to become a musician? Like, did you straight go into performing, or what inspired you to get to where you are now? Like the journey.
Yes, so it all started um me wanting to learn the guitar. It was more of a hobby in the start.
Yeah.
So I just kind of picked it up. My uncle, um, he's been playing guitar for years and years and played the accordion when he was younger. So I asked him one day, I was like, hey, you should teach me how to play the guitar. And then, he showed me the ropes. This is when I was 16. And then afterwards, I just was just very attracted to the guitar. And then I just started learning it myself, picking up songs, learning the basics, even through my struggles as well. I overcame them and stuff like that. And then through high school, I was more into like the hip hop or rap scene. Like I
Yeah.
used to do a lot of shout outs on Instagram, like short rap clips.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
afterwards, like it wasn't
So in
more
high
like
school, that's when you started rapping and left the guitar sort of?
guitar was still a thing. So I was kind of
Yeah.
doing both, but the highlight was more in the rap kind of
Yeah.
stuff, kind of field. But yeah, so it was more like it was something I wasn't taking so seriously at the start because it was, high school. It was just more like a peer thing, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Instagram followers and stuff like that. And then afterwards I decided to record my first song. I didn't really think of too much of it. Like I just wanted to kind of put something together, and just kind of put it out there. And that was a big thing when SoundCloud, like it was
Yeah.
a time when SoundCloud was a big thing, and
Yeah.
that's where I mostly uploaded my music. So I didn't have like a lot of equipment like what you see now with the microphone, the speakers, the lights. This was all through my musical journey, stuff like that. So I recorded
So
through
you do
a
everything yourself.
Yep, everything myself. Yeah. So had this cheap $14 webcam, and I was old fashioned. Like I wrote my lyrics on a piece of paper, and when I was recording it, I was just kind of reading through my lyrics and then flipping through the pages and stuff like that. And even in that recording, like you could hear it, like the quality was bad and stuff like that. But it's just to see what people thought, and then people actually loved it. And then afterwards, I just started making more music, kept posting it on SoundCloud and stuff like that. And then later on, I decided to make my new album. So I started purchasing musical equipment, stuff like that,
What year
collaborating with
was
other
that when you
artists.
started making your first album?
So it was more after like college,
After college. Okay, okay.
because through college, I was, of course, schoolwork and stuff. And through that, I was kind of developing my album, kind of, taking my time recording, re-recording stuff like that to make it sound as professional as possible. And then through that, that's when I released my album after college and stuff like that, music college. And then yeah, after that, then I just kept making more and more and more music, performing, and the whole
Okay.
spiel kind of thing.
Thing. Okay. Okay, that's beautiful. Um, what accomplishments? This is a hard question. Like when I'm ever asked, but what accomplishments do you see or want to see happen in the next 5, 10 years? as far as
Definitely,
music?
definitely, because right now I'm a part of two bands. So
Okay.
it's a lot of like rehearsals and this and that as we have a couple gigs coming up at Duffy's Tavern on November
Okay.
23rd and 30th. And then also with my agency, MH Productions, which I've been a part of for 3 years. We have couple shows coming up in November as well. So it's just a lot of just prepping and like, making sure I got everything down to a T kind of thing, right? So definitely my accomplishments would be just more making my own music, experimenting. Like I have a new single on the
By
way
your
that I'm
own
still
outside of the two bands?
sorry.
When you say on your own, do you mean outside of a band, just being a solo artist?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Definitely,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because my rap stuff is kind of different from like my own band. Like don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, like a
obviously,
couple
yeah.
songs,
Yeah.
we definitely mixed. I mixed my own rap with rock and experiments and stuff like that.
Mhm,
But yeah, rap is like my own little side project as well.
mhm.
So right now I'm currently working on a single. It's our Wonderland, which is going to be released very soon. So definitely, I'm working on that. I collaborated with my old high school buddies at the time. Also, just more kind of, I would like to put more guitar and rap together. So
Mhm.
thinking maybe doing like kind of like a compilation or like a composition of like more acoustic or electric guitar, like neo soul kind of stuff.
Nice.
Experiment
Yeah.
and see, what I can come
Fusion,
up with.
like, yeah.
And like that's where I really want to go because I love creating music. I love composing. It's
Mhm.
just that right now at this point, I haven't composed a lot of stuff because of all this stuff that I've got going on. So, it's
Yeah.
just more taking it one step at a time,
Mm.
kind of thing. So, but
Steady
I'm
pace
happy
wins the
that
race.
yes. And also aside from my single, um, I also in August shot a music video as well. That is still in the process of getting it edited and stuff like that. So it's just, at least I'm happy that I got a couple things going.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
right now, as when things start to die down, I'm more focused on just kind of composing more music and just releasing, just collaborating, the whole I love the whole thing, honestly.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
a musical journey for me for sure.
yeah. It's a lifetime thing. Yeah. Mm. Okay, this one is a broad question. Like, what exactly is it about music that makes you feel passionate about it? Like, is it the emotion or the communication or the feeling or I suppose,
Definitely, I have to say, definitely the emotion behind music. Because I find when I'm writing my own material, and I understand that everybody's different. Like sometimes when, they would come up with an idea or like it could be like a past experience of how they would write their lyrics and then flow to a beat or like a guitar or whatever. But for me, yes, it's more like the emotion behind it. Like it could be, yeah, my own past experience or like, just like a story that I have in my head
mm,
or like ideas that I write down on like a notepad. Then I would just kind of write lyrics to it, and then I would kind of compose a beat and then more flow on it,
yeah.
kind of thing. So
So
that's
definitely
how
emotion.
yeah, that's how I definitely make my own kind of music. So it's more of like a feel kind of thing. Like if
Yeah.
I'm not feeling the beat, if I'm not feeling the composition, nothing would come to it.
Yeah. You just shut down. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you already mentioned in your introduction what made you start playing music. So I'll skip that question unless you want to elaborate more about besides what you mentioned, like what else made you because the emotion made you feel good and the person introduced you. Well, do you have anything else or should we move on?
Let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um describe your creative process when you write music. Do you like come up with the words and then you make a beat around, like what's your process?
So it's on it with me. It varies. Because it honestly depends on how I kind of feel towards the beat. So yeah, it works in different ways. Like sometimes like I would, as I said in the previous question, I would sometimes kind of come up with like a thought or
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
storyline or like I just have this mental picture in my mind. I would just kind of write like a synopsis or like a storyline behind it, and then I would just kind of write lyrics with it.
Do you
It
need any trigger like music or it can just be from silence?
It can just be from silence, or like
Okay.
it could even be something as simple like if I'm at a park sitting on a bench and then
Mm,
something just
yeah.
pops in my head. The best way and like to come up with an idea is when you're not even thinking about it. Like
Mm,
if something just pops in your head or you see like an object or something, then if you feel like, that's a song that I could write about, then very important to write it down.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like, and then like, if I feel like, there's potential in it, I'll just, yeah, write lyrics to it. Of course, like it's always rough because I'm always going to change it along the way. And then eventually, like I would, make a beat to it and then just kind of flow with it. And then it also works in reverse as well. Like if I can't think of anything to write, I would just come up,
Basically.
just kind of, yeah, come up with something on like the guitar,
Mm,
or like, I would come up with a beat to like loop stuff, see what sounds good. And then if I'm vibing to it, I would put lyrics to it. And then
mm.
eventually it's born.
It's come together.
Kind of
Beautiful
thing.
process.
And then of course, like like when I'm kind of like flowing, because I'm like, oh, I'm like when I'm doing this, I'm always on the kind of the go. So I'll listen
Mhm.
to it and then I'll flow in my lyrics with the beat. And then I would feel like, okay, I gotta add more runs to this, or I gotta change my flow, stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
so it's more of like the feel kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Um, okay. This one might be difficult because there's so many good musicians. What's the ideal musician you'd want to collaborate with? Not it could be like personality wise, but like somebody famous.
Um, like one specific person.
Or it doesn't have to be, it could just be in general, like I don't know. So the question is just like who would you like to collaborate with?
Um, well, if I had to choose one person, so I'll give two different answers to this.
Yeah.
So one with guitar and one with rap. With rap, definitely I would say that's a hard one. I
Mm.
wouldn't say Drake, but I would say
Drake is
definitely
good, it is Canadian.
I would say definitely Future. Like
Okay, okay,
that's one of my inspirations that got me into like rapping, just his flow in general, stuff like
okay.
that. A lot of like the main artists like Little Uzi Vert, stuff like that,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, the industry is rich with people. Yeah,
with
yeah,
guitar, definitely my inspiration is Eric Johnson. He's a
Eric
very,
Johnson.
very, very amazing jazz, pop, guitar, jazz instrumental guitarist. Really beautiful solos. And he's honestly one of my greatest guitar inspirations of all time. I actually learned a song from him called SRV, and then trying to learn some of his other more complicated popular songs, but sometimes the guitar licks are so impossible. It's definitely a challenge.
Yeah,
So it's definitely like if, in my spare time, something to work on. But yeah, just his style just really attracts
so
me.
that's somebody you'd
And
love to. Yeah, nice, nice. And the next question was going to be, are there any music that inspire you? But that sort of answers the same thing. Um, what helped you gain? What helped? What sorry? What helped? What have you gained that helps you perform? What's your
Dane,
go-to like your performance? That's a tough one, but like yeah, like what skills like obviously playing the guitar, but with rapping, do you have anything that helps you just be confident to go on stage and deliver a performance?
yeah, definitely the audience.
Oh, definitely the
Um,
audience. Yeah, you like
because
to have a crowd to bring it out of you.
Yeah, so the thing with me, I like the spotlight. Like if more if more people are like surrounded in like the stadium or whatever, or like the stage, then it really increases my performance tenfold. But
Yeah,
like to be honest with you, as a performer, there's been shows, especially shows that I did in the past with MH, and then other shows that I've done like at open mics and stuff like that.
yeah,
Sometimes, and it happens to the best of us, the audience is just not engaged. And
yeah,
as much
yeah.
as you try to engage them with your stage performance, the tricks
But
you
it's
learn
just it's
online,
just not
and
happening.
they're just completely shut off.
Yeah,
And
yeah, in another
sometimes
world. Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, yes, be honest, that it will hinder my performance, but at the same time, you just kind of have to pull through it, you
And
know?
do you feel better performing with a band on stage because they're like your audience as opposed to just rapping by yourself?
Uh,
Or is it the
Definitely, I
same?
would say I like both. I would say
Both,
both.
both, yeah, both. Okay.
But with a band, it will definitely increase your confidence a lot
Yeah.
more because you have a group that you can like
You
look at.
bounce
Like if the
off.
audience,
Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
Bounce off energies and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, tell me a bit about your favorite performance in your career. How did you get the opportunity? Did you get stage fright? Like, give us a run through on your
The
first
best
ever.
performance.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a couple. So it was actually this year. One of
Oh,
my
is it?
biggest performance was the Taste of Manila. We did
Okay.
MH set us up. It's one of the biggest Filipino festivals in North America.
Yeah.
And like I'm gonna be honest, I usually well, after when I started to kind of perform a lot more and get comfortable with the stage, I never get nervous. But with this
Okay.
one, like the sea of people was just so incredible. Yes, even when we're only doing one cover song, Burn It Up by
Yeah.
the Jonas Brothers, me and my friend, I did get nervous because there was a big crowd.
God,
But it
yeah.
was amazing experience because like there was so many people. It was just a great audience. It was honestly one of the best performances I've
I
ever
can
done.
imagine. Yeah.
Another performance I've done, and this was this year as well in Hamilton, yeah, Hamilton Extravaganza, another show that my agency hooked us up with. So the crowd, it wasn't that big, but it was a really good performance because the stage was big. You get to the people just around can like listen
Yeah.
to your performance and stuff like that. So it was definitely a really, really good experience of that as
Wow.
well.
That's beautiful. Well, we've come to the end of a very beautiful interview. It was fun to get to know you more. I just want to ask you, is there anything you want people to know is up and coming recently, or any album releases, photo shoots, or where they can find you more?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Daniel Tatuli, DanielTatulli. You can from there you can see all my music. And I have a link on there where you can check out my all my music links, Spotify, Apple Music, stuff like that, all my EPs and stuff. I do have a single on the way. It's our Wonderland coming soon. It's still in the production. So that's going to be all online. You can check it out as well. I'll be having links posted very soon. And then the music video as well. That's on the way. So big stuff coming within the next month or this month,
For the end of
hopefully.
the year, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Upwards and
definitely.
onwards.
Yeah, definitely go out with a bang this year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. So I'm just gonna stop the interview. I'm gonna edit all this out. Um, hold on.
Hey, yeah, Human Squad, shine together, blossom forever. Tell me, new recruit, yeah, you are. You guys are in squad, you gotta join. Say it like it is, fire on track. Yeah, Kim Squad, live young, wild, and free. A new recruit in the squad's where you wanna be. Memories, laughter, sugar memories. Positive vibes, share the same energy. Friends of life, there was something to show for it. Countless adventures, always sport. Sun keeps on shining as we keep on going. Our squad's fluid like the river flowing. Screw the haters as we shine on top. Let them talk, these haters gonna cock block. Looking down so many parties, fully locked off for security. Feel the vibrations as we light up the day. Feel friction as we moving on the highway. Getting louder, shaking up the place. No one will stopping us, this is our base. We Kim Squad, and we shine together. Grow the friendships, we blossom forever. Always recruiting, gotta join the squad. Take a hand, the journey is start. We Kim Squad, and we shine together. Grow the friendships, we blossom forever. Always recruiting, gotta join the squad. Take a hand, the journey is starting. shit, I've been sitting up,